I don't know who all is going to be in tonight. So I figured I would just come in and say hola to everybody. Really important that we figure out if this is going to work or not. Because this, we may find out, just doesn't work. Hey, Carol. I don't know if this is going to flesh out or not. We need to gauge that and see. Because I don't know. I do know that we had, I think, 33 people in the last live. I know it didn't feel like that, but that's what we had. And I don't know. We have 2 people, 4 people. Hello, everybody. If you were in my last live earlier today, you've already heard a bunch of the stuff, so I apologize for that. But who knows? We can chat about other stuff afterwards. So, let me introduce myself. I am Nature Guy X46, and this is my channel. I go live, I go live Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, twice a day on those days. Maybe except for Tuesdays, I don't know. It's going to be crazy. I love animals, nature, plants, the whole mess, and you're going to see a whole lot of that on this channel. This is my second live for 2025. Bonkers, just bonkers. The US got shot down a rabbit hole. Not a rabbit hole, I'm sorry. We took a blow this week, as you probably know, but we got back up again and we are ready to run with it. So, just like the United States did, I'm going to run with it. I announced if you were in this morning's live, I announced already I announced already our wonderful monthly recap for this month and 2024 as well, which did not cover as much as I would hope it would, but that's okay. So today, we are going to be talking about one of the most playful critters. Well, it was last month, but it also included this year as well. Which, it was only like 1 page. So, yeah. I was hoping for a little bit more with that. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about one of the most playful critters in North America. Now, I am in no way suggesting that Carol should go out and play with one of these animals. No, no, she should not. Neither should I, neither should you. They do have teeth, and thus they can bite. And they are carnivores, so they do have teeth and claws. At the end of this live, I do have an announcement, although I already made this announcement earlier. We're going to go with it. Right, they play with each other, not with people. So, to begin with, we're going to talk about just them as an animal. So, basic facts. These guys are going to grow to 3. I just can't sit like that. That's a little bit better. Yeah, so they are very cute. Oh, Carol, you had something to add for tonight. The meteor shower, did you want to do that now or at the end? They are so darn cute. I know, Maria. Now, Maria, so you know, this is a rehash of what we did. In fact, it's going to be the exact same information passed out. So let me know at the end if you would rather, if we need to switch things up. I said Marie. I thought. I didn't say Maria. Did I? And if I did, I'm sorry. That's fine. Let me know in the comments if you think we need to switch this up. Okay. I apologize. Okay, so they can grow to 3 to 4 feet long, which includes the tail, and they weigh between 11 to 30 pounds. Males are larger than the females. They basically live throughout Canada and the United States. However, they may not live in the southwest of the United States, into Mexico, the Rio Grande River, and the Colorado River Delta. They can be found in ponds, marshes, lakes, rivers, and estuaries. So definitely they can do that sort of brackish water that is between saltwater and freshwater. Now, their dens are going to have a underwater entrance. And river otters are related to a mess of other animals, including weasels, skunks, wolverines, and other mustelids. Anyway, it should be pretty bright. The problem is clouds. That's the big drawback to that. So these guys are carnivores, although there are reports that this animal does eat some plant matter, but overall carnivore. They should never be approached because they can and will sometimes attack if they feel threatened. So get a pair of binoculars, watch them from a distance. These guys feed on a variety of aquatic wildlife. including such things as fish, crayfish, frogs, bird eggs, birds, reptiles, including turtles, mussels, salamanders, and a variety of other mammals. They can dive to 60 feet in order to snag a meal. These guys breed in late winter and early spring. Gestation for these mammals is 61 to 63 days. Females give birth to 1 to 3 pups, and they will stay in the den for 8 weeks after they are born. They will swim in just 2 months after being born. And yes, river otter babies are called pups. They tend to live for 8 to 9 years, but in captivity, they can live up a little bit longer. Yes, they are born blind, if I remember right. Otters are active year-round. In fact, during the winter, they will actually swim and play and all of that fun stuff. They will have holes that are in the ice, and that's what they use to surface and also catch a breath before going back in and diving again. Now, they do tend to live either a loner lifestyle or they live in pairs. They are incredibly fun to watch, so if you do have them in your area, enjoy them from a distance. River otters at one time were trapped for their fur through the 19th and into the 20th century. And in some places, they may be extinct locally. And that was the case in my state, but we will come back to that in a few. So when it comes to their ecological importance, because all animals are important to the ecology of the ecosystem in which they live, river otters play an active role in their ecosystem. For starters, they help control prey populations. If it was not for carnivores, we would have a ton of animals just wandering around, eating everything, and leaving nothing for anybody else. So that's sort of the idea. If the ecosystem is really healthy, their numbers are going to be in a good place. If it's not, their numbers tend to be smaller. Due to their diet of fish, they help to spread nutrients all around the place. And that helps the ecosystem, of course. They are quite sensitive to changes in their ecosystem. That would not be good. The presence of river otters in a body of water is a good sign that the water quality is okay. I still would not drink it, but yes, it's a good sign. And climate change will affect them, just like it will affect many things. If you've made it this far into my video, my live, I say that all the time, I don't know why, and you are not subscribed, please subscribe. And don't forget to click that little like button. It helps. As does sharing this with your friends or your family, whoever it might be. So these otters have a crazy number of adaptations. I need to check to make sure. Okay, I'm not missing anything. Good, good, good. They have quite a few. Yes, they are. Hence they are. If the water is not clean, they're not going to be there. Hence that falls into the ecosystem being healthy. If it's not healthy, they're probably not going to stick around because that's going to cause a drop in their prey species. So these guys have really thick fur, and that helps keep them warm in cold water. I believe they also have webbed feet, and that webbing on their feet helps them in swimming, as you can imagine. That narrow body and that flattened head. Yeah, definitely. That head of theirs and that narrow body helps them to be streamlined, which helps them move through that water with ease. The long tail that they have propels them through the water, and they can stay under for up to 8 minutes. And their whiskers are really good for helping them feel out the environment if the water might be a little bit murky. The claws on their feet are perfect for grabbing onto prey. They have guard hairs that help them trap air and help them keep warm. Now, these animals can close their nostrils and their eyes, or sorry, not their eyes, their ears, and that's going to help them keep water out. Very important. The North American river otter is considered to be a species of least concern according to the IUCN Red List website. Again, that's a good thing. However, it varies from state to state exactly where this animal sits. Now, again, we discussed earlier that these guys came under fire from the fur trade and from habitat destruction. Now, in my home state, these guys, prior to 1995, were not super abundant in my home state. And just 5 years after the reintroduction process began, their numbers already began to expand. It would take 10 more years, just 10 years, and this animal went from endangered or extinct in the wild to being delisted altogether. As more time passed, the animal began to expand its range between... Oh, wait, no. In my home state, they are presently in 80% of Indiana counties. And I can tell you that between 1995 and 1990, that 303 otters were introduced into Indiana. That being said, they can be legally trapped in 40 states, but do not go looking to trap them in Arizona, California, Colorado, or Wyoming, or you will suffer for that choice. You will probably end up in jail. North American river otters are not out of trouble in many states and may need help in those states. Here is a little something to think about if you live in North America or if you are concerned about wildlife in general. More than 1/3 of all U.S. fish and wildlife species are at risk of extinction in the coming decades. Not sure exactly what that means. If that means 20, if that means 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades, I'm not sure. But it's kind of scary. Okay. So, I'm going to announce this. I already announced it earlier today, but I'm going to announce it again now. For those of you that, yes, that includes birds. Pretty much everything. Assuming that animal is already in not so good shape. So for those of you that live in England and or Europe, why do I keep saying that? Because you all live, if you live in England, you live in Europe. Right? Okay. So I am starting an earlier live on Saturday. We've already started with that today. What I need to know is this working? I've already spoken to one of you, and I know that he likes the earlier time. So what I need to know is, do you want a different subject for each live? Or is the same topic given at both the earlier live and the later live okay with you? So let me know. That would be very much appreciated. I am planning to do brown bears for our Learn to Care tomorrow. My problem is there is a lot of subspecies and a lot of info. So I may change that animal. I have not decided yet. You can find me on Instagram at NatureGuyX12 and on TikTok NatureGuy76 or NatureGuyNIN1. I am not super active on those apps, but my goal for 2025 is to run with it. Well, I don't have an exact count. It just says many. There are currently 8 different subspecies. But I don't know. I don't know if I agree exactly with that. But we'll go with it. There are 7 in North America. So there you go. We were discussing Happy New Year, Dinosaur Rex. We were discussing I almost said polar bears. We're discussing river otters. Wow, only 24 minutes. Wow. Yes, so if you do live in someplace outside of North America, in Europe, this might be a good thing for you to consider. Um, I am going to be doing the 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. slot. Let me know. Oh, wait. No. Saturday live will be 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. But yeah, so if you're in Europe, live will be at 6 p.m. your time, the first one. I don't know what time the second one is. I'm sorry. Again, let me know in the comments if you want an earlier, if you think that we should switch up subjects for the second hour. What that means is we'll go through topics a lot faster. Sorry, guys. I need to respond to something real quick. I'm not trying to create more work for myself, but I think it's important that, well, but there's nothing stopping anybody else from attending that live. I mean, it's not like I can stop somebody from attending either live. I can't. Like, for instance, Marie, she has been here for both lives. And I thank her for that. The more the merrier. Dinozilla Rex was not. And that's okay. I hope that maybe we'll grab new people a little bit. We are right on the edge of jumping from 938. That's true. They can. We are right around 938 subscribers. We're right on the edge between almost to 940, which is crazy. We started off this year with something like 538 subscribers. So that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that we will be able to jump the hoop and get more done with it. That would be my hope. I'm hoping that we will grow substantially. over the next little bit. One of my friends from church just released a video to YouTube called Believe. I shared it to the community page. So if you want to check it out, give it a like. Maybe subscribe to him if you like the music. He's an awesome guy. Sings much better than I do. By the way, just saying. Not knocking myself down, just being open and honest. Any questions, concerns, thoughts, echoes, whatever. I do know that this has not been an easy day for Carol. And my heart goes out to the family. It's not fun to lose somebody. The Osmonds have definitely taken a blow. But I assume, like everything else, they will find a way to get past this. Over time. So, and that helps to comfort that knowledge. Not a lot going on in my life right now. I do have 1.5 books sort of ready to go. 2 books, right? No, not yet. Almost 2 books. That will be posted to YouTube, or not YouTube, sorry. Posted to Amazon in the next 2, probably the end of February. And that I'm excited for. Coming up, we have some interesting lives. I am trying to sort of pick different stuff for lives. I do have one that I need to fill. So if you have an idea, let me know. We will be doing brown bears tomorrow, extinct animals, the Pinta giant tortoise and mountain mist frog on Tuesday. Friday will be a look at Irish animals. January 11th, we will be looking at, I don't know, possibly an exhibit focus is what I'm thinking. And then that Saturday will be a zoo to do. No. I honestly, I don't know, Carol. I'd have to do some research on that one. I am not going to be doing domestic animals. It will be just wild animals. So that will be next Friday. Saturday will be a zoo to do. No. Saturday will be a habitat focus. Tuesday will be a zoo to do. And I should probably look up exactly which one we will be doing. Because I can do that now. I think. Oh, I need to stretch anyway. Then again, maybe not. I love it when I lose stuff. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. I will find it later. Methinks. Okay, guys, we're not going to worry about it right now. I don't know where my list is. But it will be something. We have the 17th of January is going to be Atlantic cod. It's something a little different. I don't think we've done much with fish on this channel. Or on this live, I should say, on the lives. And then we have a subscriber only event on January 18th. January 21st, Exploring Nature, Loggerhead Shrike. January 24th, Freshwater Jellyfish, Hooded Seal, and Zoo to Do, Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. And the 31st will be an extinct animal, Spix macaw. Yes. So we have 2 zoo to-dos this month. One in New Mexico. I believe it's New Mexico. And the other one in Arizona. Not sure how I lined that one up, but I did. So that works, I think. Yeah. Oh, February 1st, we have a Q&A. I need to start advertising for that. Yeah. So that is what is coming up, guys. Yeah. So with that, guys, I'm opening the floor to you. If you have something that you want to talk about, we can do that now, or we can just bat our heads against the wall and be happy. Not. Lots of stuff going on. No, somebody else is here because it says 3 people. I'm one of them. I don't know who else is here, but somebody else is here. They may not be able to talk to us, but they're here. um yeah, guys, so I don't know what this year is going to bring. I hope good things for everybody. We'll see what this year has to offer. And I think, unless anybody has anything to add, unlike the last live where we had a ton of people in it, this live, not so much. So let me know what you guys think. Your opinions do matter on this channel. Just let me know. You know, I get it. But until something happens, there's no sense in worrying about it. We all have our role to play and everything. And best we can do is to not worry about it, to keep pressing forward, which is what I'm going to do. And if something happens and the earth falls apart around you, stay strong and smile, even in the darkest of times, if that makes any sense. And I don't know if it does, but yeah. So I think we're pretty close to being done. I am going to say good night. I need to figure out what I'm doing with this live, with the lives, because I'm not feeling it right now. And I need to pick a habitat. So with that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.